Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for this edition of Advisor Chat. My name is Ryan Douglas, Senior Charitable Giving Advisor at the Community Foundation of Greater Des Moines. And today I have the pleasure of joining Bob Hodges,
Morning.
attorney at Brown Winnick. And today's a special edition because we actually had Bob join us this morning to do an educational event for our advisor community on farm planning, which, as we know in our state, is crucially important to our work as advisors and really well received, and just really excited that Bob agreed to do this with us today.
It was great to be here. I think it's a topic that resonates with many people. Even if you don't live on the farm, you got a connection. And I think the dollars you look at, I mean, you're talking billions. They're going to transact in the next 30 to 40 years. And so, generally a plan is better than no plan.
Yeah, you bet. And the fact that you are personally passionate about this, do you want to tell the viewers maybe a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I'm from small town Iowa, right? Southeast Iowa, Wapello, the city, not the county. For those so inclined, grew up in family business, and then had a cow calf operation. My grandfather had a cow calf operation, so grew up in that. One of the real pushes into estate tax or estate planning was his passing in my second year of law school.
Yeah. So nice to have Bob not only have the expertise from the attorney side of things, but to be directly related to it and have known what it was like to go through it himself. So I think that makes it even better on the planning side. So maybe set the stage for us a little bit. What makes planning potentially difficult for individuals and families when it comes to agriculture?
I think many people have trouble planning for death. It's hard. It's a hard conversation, but I think it's particularly hard when you've got maybe the most emotional asset anyone has, which is farm ground, because they're not making any more of it. And you've got equities relative to who's the operator, who grew up there to do that. And that makes planning, I think, hard. And lastly, in terms of it's a big chunk that's illiquid.
Yeah.
If you have $1 million of cash, you could split it many, many ways, a million ways. Hard to split farm ground. And so I think those are among the challenges with farm planning.
Yeah, the emotional tie, right? That's what gets planning into trouble usually when it comes to family members, is we've all seen and heard those stories of planning gone awry or lack of planning. Today you covered a lot of good topics. Maybe challenge you to think about if you could give a summary of maybe those key highlights, what you would want maybe viewers that couldn't participate today to hear as far as messaging.
I would say a couple things. One, we have kind of more stability than we've had in many years relative to estate and gift taxes. So I think that makes planning easier. Two, I just think really intentional about structure of that farming operation. Now and following the patriarch or matriarch's death, what does that look like? What, entrance ramps do we have? What are the exit ramps? How do we get that? How do we manage that operation? So I would say structure, more structure in my mind is generally better because then you have the rules of the road.
Yeah.
Vacuum with no structure is a free-for-all and troublesome. And so create structure and avoid undivided interest in farm ground. That's like my pet peeve. Like, don't do it unless you're going to sell right away.
Yeah. Last thing I want to hit on is just how do you see philanthropy involved in the planning? Again, not everyone's charitable. We recognize that. But for those that are, maybe you could just tell us a little bit about that.
So, I mean, I would tell you the best client, if you will, is one who's charitably inclined and has tax issues, because the charity, you get a double win, right? You get some tax benefits, but you also get a benefit of your community. And I think by and large, farmers are very community driven.
Yes.
And so if and when you have something, you say, hey, listen, here's a vehicle that you can use to benefit your community. Near term, long term, I think to me that's the route that you see a lot of folks in it. That's what I would say is you get to benefit your community, and many people are very, very inclined to do that.
Yeah, great. Well, I think I'm going to leave it at that because I think that really summarizes our time with Bob and the components of the different importance of planning for agricultural assets. And if there's a charitable component, as you know, the Community Foundation stands ready to support you in that conversation. And we appreciate you taking your time today. Thank you.